What's going on, gamblers? Welcome to the Sharp Action Report. This show is brought to you by Pub Sports Radio. I am joined by the risk manager from Superbook Sports, our guy Andrew, blessing us with some of his time this afternoon to talk UFC 287. Andrew, how are you doing today?
Good, man. I mean, I'm super excited for this card. It's a great card. We got the Masters on. Yeah, this is an awesome weekend for sports, and I can't wait.
Hell yeah, man. This is a massive pay-per-view card, and it's a good one too. It's not one of these ones we're complaining about. This one's stacked top to bottom, so I love it. There's tons of gambling action going on. We got NHL playoffs coming up, the Masters, MLB is in full swing. You got to love it. I'm sure you guys are busy over there.
Yep, NBA too coming to an end Sunday.
That's true.
So I mean, I'm all in for this card. This is going to be a great one.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Our guy Bufo in the beat in the chat already saying smash the like. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate the love. All right, everybody. You know, this show is the Sharp Action Report. We are joined by Andrew. He's going to let us know what the other side of the desk looks like. You know, we break down these fights all week. We decide what we are going to bet on. Is your bet sharper than you thought? Is it more public than you thought? We're going to find out. We'll see what is going on the bookie side of things. And every once in a while, we might get an opinion from Andrew himself. So first fight of the night, my girl, Sam Hughes, welcoming Jacqueline Emerim to the UFC. We've got Emerim minus 255. Sam is a very juicy plus 215. Andrew, what do you guys see on this one as far as sharp versus square?
Yeah, this is one where we opened it up at 270 on Jacqueline. It looks like that's pretty close to where the line's sitting right now in most places. We're sitting at 260 here in Nevada. I don't got much to give on this fight other than there's a lot of parlay money on the favorite. I think the UFC is trying to give her a favorable matchup. An interesting bet we took on this one, though, that I like as well is on the under. I think the under is definitely alive in this fight, and we're kind of booking it to write some over money right now. And yeah, that's where we're sitting on this fight so far.
Okay. All right. Rewarding the listeners already. They're trying to book the over action. So those 19 of you that tuned in live here on the show this quickly, I like the under. And actually, I'm very tempted to add the under myself, man. I think Sam Hughes is more than capable of finishing. We've seen that before. Emerim never gets out of the first round. So if she does, how is she going to look? You know, if she gets tired and adrenaline dumps, Sam can definitely get her out of there. However, if Emerim gets anybody on the ground, we know we can get her tying people into pretzels. So the under 2.5 here, minus 115 for the first fight of the night. That doesn't sound like a half bad look to me.
Yeah, that's one that I'm definitely thinking about playing. I think I'll be in on that one. I know I don't usually give too many of my own personal opinions on here, but that's one I think I definitely like.
I like it, man. We're lining up. I've been kind of staring at that one all week. And, you know, with Sam being my girl, I'm tempted to bet on her, but I'm like, maybe I just play it safe. Maybe we just go with the under. I like that one here. All right. Next up, Steve Garcia taking on Shah-Yelan Nordin-Becky. And I'm very curious to see what you guys have on that side for this one.
So we open this one with Nordin-Becky at minus 250. We're sitting minus 180 here in Nevada now. So there's been a good amount of line movement on this one. And we actually did get hit by one of our sharper UFC bettors on Steve Garcia, which might be one that I think I also might play that one as well, just because this guy has a high success rate with us. And I think it's a bummer that I'm not getting the same number as him, but I think he's definitely got a good shot. And that's just like, feels more like a coin flip than where the line was originally.
Man, I completely agree, and I love to hear it because I am personally already on the Steve Garcia side. I got a little bit better of a number earlier in the week, and I love hearing that the sharp is kind of lining up there on the same side here with me. I do agree with you. I think this is more of a coin flip fight. I think that Shah-Yelan's gotten a lot of rub, especially with that, you know, round one fluky finish. A lot of people think he's exceptionally dangerous. He's not really that big of a finish threat. However, Steve Garcia is. So I think there's a lot of volatility in this fight. And I think Ocho can pull off the upset, man, as long as he stays away from those big power punches from Shah-Yelan early. He's got those stubby little T-Rex arms, man. I think Garcia can stay out of range.
Yeah, that one, we were clearly off at the beginning, minus 250. I mean, we got that pushed in our face. I mean, it's moved almost 100 cents. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely steaming your way. And if you got on that early, you got to feel pretty good about it.
I like it. All right, let's keep it moving. Everybody, welcome to the show. This is the Sharp Action Report. Make sure you follow my guy Andrew on social media. Make sure you follow Superbook Sports on social media and get in here and play with us. Everybody in the live chat, do me a favor and hit the like button. Next up, we got Lupita Godinez taking on Cynthia Calvillo, and I'm a little surprised by this line movement here. She's a little off market with you guys from what I'm seeing compared to some of the other books around town. So curious what you guys have seen so far.
Yeah, well, in general, this card has been interesting because we haven't had too much issues writing dog money, which you guys probably are sick and tired of me hearing, saying the same thing every week. Oh, we need one of these dogs to win. But this week, I'll say there hasn't been an issue writing dog money, and we have wrote good dog money in this fight on Calvillo. Where did we open this? We opened this at 340 on Lupita. It's sitting at 270 now, and yeah, we've gotten good action on the dog, and yeah, so we currently need the favorite. I know things will change by tomorrow when you add those crazy 10-teamers, 8-teamers, but as of now, we need the favorite, and it's been steaming in that direction. Yeah, and we took a decent sized bet on the under as well in this one, which was interesting to me. I don't know if I love it, but maybe.
I like that a lot. Personally,
Okay.
I like the under, and I'm very heavy on the Lupita Godinez side of things, but I wouldn't mind a shot on the under as well. So interesting to hear the amount of Calvillo love coming in here on this fight. That really does surprise me. You know, honestly, though, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, right? Because Cynthia Calvillo is dropping a weight class, and Lupita just had her hype derailed in her last fight. I think that this is a bit of a recency bias type of spot. I think Lupi's really going to show out on Saturday.
Yeah, this is probably Calvillo's like on the borderline of being on the UFC roster, I would assume, the way it's gone. So maybe this is one of her last chances, and I guess maybe that's why people are taking a shot. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. All right.
Interesting one.
Next up, I got a feeling I know what we're going to say here, man. B. Joe Pyfer taking on Gerald Meerschaert. We got Joe sitting minus 190. Meerschaert is a plus 170 dog at this point, and I got to feel like it's all on the Dana White Contender Series competitor here. What are you saying?
Yeah, this is one we talked about earlier this week. We had our sharpest UFC bettor come in and bet Meerschaert early on. So we definitely booked it to need Meerschaert. You know that money's going to come in on the favorite, so we're not trying to go crazy with it. You don't want to give it away, you know. But we're sitting minus 85 here. What did we open this thing at? Pyfer. We opened it at minus 180, so it's sitting close to the same as where we were where we opened it. But yeah, our sharpest bettor is on Meerschaert. There's a little bit of money over here.
Okay. I cut you out there for a second. All right, I think you're back now. We're good here. All right, everybody, you know the deal. If I bet against Meerschaert, he's winning. And the fact that the #1 MMA sports bettor at Superbook Sports is on Meerschaert, stay the hell away from Joe Pyfer this week. The only thing I would be looking at, man, is maybe an under. I kind of like that even money Joe Pyfer by knockout spot. But man, GM3 is just that guy right now. Every time I zig, he zags. So I don't trust myself on Gerald Meerschaert fights anymore.
Yeah, if you're on Pyfer, we're open for business here. Just based off this guy's history. I mean, sometimes when he bets these guys, it's just shocking to me because Meerschaert's, he's a vet and he's been up and down, and like this is supposed to be the new shiny toy that the UFC has, and you can tell they're trying to push him and maybe give him a favorable matchup. But I mean, I definitely knowing this guy, I think Meerschaert has a good shot in this fight.
He's definitely live in this spot. Okay, okay. Luana Pinheiro taking on the vet Michelle Waterson. I've seen a lot of takes on this one. I've also seen Michelle Waterson's thighs. That alone has me leaning towards her side. Have you guys seen any notable action on that fight?
Yeah, this is another one that was interesting to me. We opened the favorite up at 80. It's sitting 65. Um, we've been riding good money on Waterson in this one. Nothing overly respected, but there's been good action on Waterson. Straight up, there was a little bit on the under as well at plus 260. But yeah, that's where we're sitting in this one.
Okay.
Lots of dog money coming in this card.
Yeah, man, this is one. I don't like Luana Pinheiro, especially after that weird faked up kick situation. I'm not a fan of hers necessarily, but I gotta respect the athleticism, and I think Michelle Waterson is just getting a touch old for me.
Yeah, what is the age difference in this one? There's got to be a decent.
It's significant. I mean, right? I think Waterson is 38 now.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys know how that goes when there's a 10-year age gap or a 7+. I think 7 is the magic number. When there's a 7+ year age gap, the younger fighter tends to win those fights at an incredibly high clip. So I'm leaning with Pinheiro. I don't really want to lay minus 160 on her to find out, but I think she wins the fight, even if it's just banking those first 2 rounds and surviving, that third round, which she tends to do sometimes. I think she'll get her hand raised. We got a question from the chat. Any respectable bets on Waterson? You got a lot of bets. Any respectable ones?
I mean, there's people who are beating us that Waterson, but I'm not going to say that it would anybody that I was looking to tail or anything. But yeah, right now we really need the favorite, and that's good for us because that's usually not a spot we're sitting in. I'm sure we're going to get a ton of money on the favorite tomorrow, but yeah, that's just a lot of bets. I won't say any super respected ones.
Okay. All right. So there you have it there. Great question. Thank you very much for the chat interaction, folks. We always love to see some of that. Next up, the Twitter Civil War of the Week, my guy. We were talking about this one backstage. Had to hit the go live button. We ran out of time. So I'm excited to pick this back up. Kelvin Gastelum, minus 135 now over Chris, the Action Man Curtis. He's sitting at plus 115. And I personally set the mark for myself, man. I know I'm biased. I love Chris Curtis. He's my guy. I want to go to war with him every chance I get, but I went, you know what? I'm not going to take a bad number on Chris Curtis. Just because I'm a fan of his, I'm not going to take a bad number on him. So I said plus 120. I want plus 120, and plus 115 is where we're sitting right now. What's the action look like? And then I got to get your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, so we must have been completely wrong with our opening line. We opened Chris Curtis at minus 160. As you said, we're sitting plus 15 now. I mean, I'm honestly shocked to see how much money we've been riding on Kelvin Gastelum in this fight. I wasn't expecting it. I don't think any of the guys in the back were expecting it, especially with how Chris Curtis looked in his last fight. I mean, I thought he looked great, and I'm a big fan of Chris Curtis. If this price keeps moving, I know there's some sharp money on Gastelum, and that's probably what moved the price at the beginning, and it kept steaming that way. But if it keeps moving in this direction, I'm with you. I don't think Chris Curtis at plus money is a bad bet here for sure. I think he's got a good shot to go out there and get a win.
I don't want to lay chalk against the upper echelon of the weight class with Chris. That's the way I'm approaching it. But at plus money, I feel like I got to go at plus money. We'll see if I can get that plus 120 number. But have you seen anything, I guess, that like leaps off the page on this one for you, or is it just one-way steam on Gastelum?
Yeah, there was some early sharp action, but then it seemed like maybe people saw that the number was moving and they wanted to jump on. There's been a lot of public money come in on Kelvin Gastelum as well. It's not just sharp money pushing that number, and it's like I said, it's pretty surprising to me. It's not like Kelvin Gastelum has been overly active it's a confusing one for me. Yeah.
That's a bit of a head scratcher that the sharps and public are lining up on the KG side here. Very interesting. Okay. Christian C. Rodriguez, Raul Rosas Jr., the UFC's shiny hot new toy, 18 years old, minus 240, plus 200, the underdog on C. Rod. What are you looking at here?
Yeah, so we opened Rosas at minus $2. He's sitting 250 here in Nevada. There's been good action both ways. A lot of parlay money on Rosas. He's one of the big parlay pieces early this week. We did take a very respected bet on the under in this fight at under 1.5 plus 175. I know that's not what it's sitting at now, but there is respected money on the under. And with Rodriguez missing weight, I wonder if that helps, because you never know how they show up when they miss weight. You just never know. Yeah. But yeah, this is an exciting fight, and the line movement hasn't been too crazy. But yeah, it looks like 250 is where we're gonna be sitting.
Okay. So I liked the dog in this one myself. I already bet C-Rod earlier in the week, but I don't mind that underlook whatsoever, because like we talked about earlier in the fight card, man, we just don't know what Raul Rosas Jr. looks like in a gunfight. We don't know what he looks like deep in the second or the third round when his opponent refuses to go away and pushes a pace and forces the action. With the weight cut issue, there's a chance both these guys could definitely be susceptible to finish. They're both obviously capable of finishing. Yeah, man, I don't mind that violence look. I don't like the under in that spot. I don't mind the under in that spot at all.
Yeah, it's frustrating because you missed the number from what the guy got by a little bit, but if he bet it, I mean, there's definitely a good chance that it goes under for sure. So yeah, I'm definitely that's what I'm looking at.
What did he hit it at? What was the number again?
Under 1.5 at plus 175. So we're sitting plus 55 now. So it's moved quite a bit, but yeah, I think that still at plus 150 is still pretty good value for that bet, honestly.
I don't mind it. You'll get close to, maybe slight chalk on like a 2.5, maybe lay a little bit of price on it, doesn't go the distance or something. I don't mind that one bit. All right. Next up, we got Adrian Yanez taking on Rob Font, and you guys are hanging minus 180 right now on Yanez.
Okay, let me get to that fight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped Santiago, Ponzinibbio, and Holland. That's my bad. Let's back it up.
Yeah, let me get back to that one now. Okay. So we opened Kevin Holland at minus 260. We're sitting minus 250. So it's pretty close to where we opened it. This is another one that's pretty surprising to me because we've been riding good money on Santiago Ponzinibbio, and I get it because I'm a fan of Santiago, but I just feel like in this spot, I think this is a spot where Kevin Holland should shine and get a win here. But I guess you never know, and definitely the public money is on Ponzinibbio in this one. There's some good money on the under in this one as well.
Okay. Yeah, I like that one too, man. I took Holland inside the distance myself. I think the under makes sense just in case Ponzinibbio is the one that shows up and does the damage. But I think we get an angry, focused Kevin Holland. I do like him here in this spot also. And it's another spot where I think we're getting recency bias because I think everyone saw his goofball performance against Stephen Wonderboy last time out. And they're going, fade that guy. Fade that he's a bum. He cost me money. He busted my parlay. I don't think you're getting that version of Kevin Holland coming into this fight.
Right. And it's not like, I know Ponzinibbio got the knockout against Morano, but in my opinion, he was down 2 rounds in that fight, and he caught him, which happens in fighting. But it's not like he was looking spectacular in that fight. And I think Kevin Holland is going to look much quicker than him out there. So,
agreed.
I mean, he's always got that one-hit punching power, but I think Kevin Holland has a pretty fair path to victory here.
Agreed. He looked like he was well on his way to losing that fight before the knockout bomb landed. So I'm right there with you. Real quick, I do want to ask though, Andrew, there's a couple fights that you guys do not have listed. They threw together Ignacio Bahamondes and Trey Ogden, as well as Chase Sherman and Karl Williams. We got 2 big favorites there on that one. Just curious your thoughts. Do you have any opinion on those fights, or do you know why maybe they're not hanging it over at Superboy Sports? Is it because they're short notice?
We have it up in Nevada. I'll make sure we
Oh,
have those up in those other states. That's probably my not fault for not being on top of that until you just told me that. So I'll make sure those are up today, and yeah, I got some
perks of
info
having an
on
AZ
those.
guy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so that if you guys want a couple things, we did take a big bet on the under in the Trey Ogden fight.
Okay.
We opened that fight at 340 on Ignacio. It's sitting 340, so it's pretty close. I think that's pretty close to where the line is going to end up being. But yeah, we did take a big bet on the under. And then what was the second fight you said?
This would be Carl Williams and Chase Sherman.
Yeah, there was a pretty respected bet on the under in that one as well. We opened that one Williams minus 450. It's sitting 420. That was a fight I was looking forward to. Chris Barnett versus Chase Sherman. I
Me
thought that was going to be
too.
a super fun one, but yeah, this one. I mean, it's crazy the difference in the line. Carl Williams is a much bigger favorite. But yeah, we did take a really respected bet on the under in that one.
Okay, okay. And I noted that the Chase Sherman line came down a little bit. Did you guys just kind of move with the market, or did you guys take action on Sherman for that one?
Let me check where we're sitting. Yeah, we definitely need the favorite as of now. There's been some good action on the dog on this one as well, which man, it feels good to be saying this this week, you know, because I'm usually saying the same thing every week where, oh, we need a parlay buster, but yeah, we're looking good right now with the favorites if the favorites win.
This week you're trying to avoid the parlay buster. How the tables have turned.
Yeah, you know they'll come in tomorrow though, but yeah, as of now, I can tell you we definitely need a lot of the favorites.
That's too funny. All right, man. So let's get back on track here. I actually have my shit straight for this one. Adrian Yanez, Rob Font. We got one of these slight favorites right in that nice parlayable 200 ballpark with Adrian Yanez. Anything notable for this fight?
Yeah, so we opened up Yanez at minus 170. We're sitting minus 180 here in Nevada. We did take a very respected bet on Rob Font. It didn't shift the market very much, but the numbers come back down a little bit. Yeah, you know that we're going to get favorite money, so like that play is something nice for us to know, but it's like you don't want to go crazy with it because you know that favorite money is still going to come in. But yeah, we did take a very respected bet on Rob Font in this one. Let me see if we got anything on the total too.
Man, yeah, this is one that I am very concerned with. I'm not laying the minus 180 on Yanez. I think I'm going to pick him to win, but this is such a massive jump up in competition from what he's been facing to Rob Font. I'm a little worried Rob Font might be dust, man. I'm worried his chin might be cracked at this point. And if that's the case, Yanez rolls, but I can't get him to minus 180 personally. So I got to stay away from this one. I don't mind plugging your nose and rolling with Rob Font personally.
Yeah, I think my guy Dan Hardy, he was making good points. I was listening to him talk about this fight, and he said it's just one of those fights where like Rob Font could be winning for 4.5 minutes of a round, and then that just the difference in power with Yanez, he could just tag him and win a round because he knocked him down at the end of the round, you know? And I think did he fight Cheeto? It was pretty similar with that one. Like there was just a massive difference in the power. And yeah, I think that's definitely possible in this fight. And I wouldn't be shocked if you're watching and you think Rob Font's winning and then he just gets caught. And yeah, like you said, he's been taking a ton of damage these last few fights. And it's pretty crazy that I don't think he's been stopped. But I mean, he takes so much damage. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, one of these days that's going to pay off. The amount of damage, you can't just keep on taking that over and over again.
Sure.
All right, man. We got the co-main event and the main event coming up, folks. Do us a favor and hit the like button. Make sure you support Andrew and Superbook. Thank them for giving us this knowledge and working with us on this show here. Masvidal taking on Burns. You've got another massive favorite here in Gilbert, minus 450. And I gotta think that you guys are seeing a lot of Masvidal money. It seems like that's classic whenever he fights.
Yeah, so We opened this one at minus 450. We are currently sitting minus 450 here in Nevada. And you are 100% correct. We've been getting one-way action on Masvidal. A lot on Masvidal by knockout in our method of victories, which is expected. So, I mean, that's not going to move the line that much. I'm sure tomorrow you're going to have those crazy parlays that have Gilbert Burns in there. But as of now, I can say the book certainly needs Gilbert Burns.
Okay, all right. The book needing Gilbert is probably a good place to be. I think Gilbert gets it done myself. I think Masvidal's past his expiration date personally, but we will find out here. Andrew, you went black. Do I still have you?
I think I cut out.
Am I back?
There we go. You're back. I was like, as long as we've got audio, we can wrap the show. It's okay.
It's all good. I'm back.
All right, man. Last one, main event time. Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira, the rematch, running it back. You've got Adesanya, the slight favorite here in this spot. The champ Pereira, a little disrespectfully, the plus 115 underdog. What have you guys seen across from the counter there?
Yeah, this one's a fun one. We opened Izzy up at minus 150. We opened this one very early. And yeah, it really has been a lot of dog money. I mean, people really like Pereira in this spot, and that makes me nervous because I tend to think Pereira is going to win. But when you see nonstop action on a dog like this, it makes, as a bettor for me, it makes me nervous, certainly. I'm sure, like I just said about Gilbert Burns, we're going to get Izzy money day of, 100%. You're going to get a boatload of Izzy money day of. And yeah, we did take some Alex Pereira sharp money early, some respected money. That's no longer where the line is at, though. And what else did we take? We took a lot of money on the under as well.
Okay.
We opened that at, we opened the under at a pick, and now it's sitting minus 150. So that's a lot of movement for a total, for sure.
That is a lot of movement on a total. Okay. Now, see, you and I mentioned this ever so briefly. We talked about it. I like the under. I think the under in the main event is going to be a great bet. I'm probably going to add that to my card. But the one thing I do want to check and ask, maybe viewers who have stuck with us on the Sharp Action Report since we started it will remember the number one sports bettor for MMA at Superbook bet on Pereira the last time these guys fought. He got in way early, and you guys moved the line aggressively because of that. Did he circle back around? Is he on Pereira for the rematch?
He has not, but that is definitely weighing in the back of my mind, and it makes it hard as a super big Izzy fan to bet on Izzy. For me, I'm rooting for him, but yeah, I mean, just knowing what he bet last time, it's a different fight, I know, but yeah, it still makes me nervous. It does.
Okay. All right. Good information for the people to have. Andrew, my friend, thank you so much for spending your morning here with me and with the viewers and the chat, giving us some knowledge here. Everybody, make sure you smash the like button. Like I mentioned before, follow Andrew, follow Superbook, and help us out with the algorithm here. Give us a comment in the show after we end this thing. Andrew, is there anything you want to shout out? Any promos, any events coming up, stuff like that? Feel free to at this point if you got anything you want to share.
Yeah, so I'll get my boosts up for you guys. Check the Superbook app. I'll get those up. I do those before all the fight cards. I'll get those 2 fights up for you as well. I know I missed out on that, but yeah, follow me on Twitter if you haven't. I try to get up our early lines. I try to stay pretty active on there. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the DMs, and I'll help out however I can. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. It's always so much fun talking about the fights, man. I love them.
Always a good time, man. I love it. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you circle on back after we do the ceremonial weigh-ins. I'll be doing the undefeated post weigh-in show. Fuck it. We'll do it live today. So circle on back here. We'll go ahead and have that show for you in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours-ish, give or take. And we'll talk about these fights one final time. I'll give you my final card. And good luck, everybody, on all your degenerate action. We will see you for the Sharp Action Report on the next pay-per-view, UFC 288. Have a great day.